morning all. Hope you all had breakfast. No sound is coming. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right, that's a nice sound. So good morning, let me introduce myself. My name is Gladson. I am the loss prevention manager of this hotel. So just would like to let you know the fire exit and the escape route, that's it. So anything else if you want to know more than that, please do ask me. So firstly, let me tell you about the exit routes. So as you all can see, just turn back, you can see the fire exit signage, green signage towards the door. And we have also given the fire exit plan. So in that plan it shows that which location you are and where to exit from this hall. And once you go out, the nearest exit, we have two exits. So one is just step out, take right and you reach the lobby. Another one is step out and take left, that's the service entrance, that is also an exit. So there are two exits from this hall. And if you hear any fire alarm, so it might get activated, so because of various reasons, might be because of dust, smoke, and because of construction works also, because we have internal works going on. So if you hear any fire alarm, please do not panic, wait for the instruction from our end. So hearing the fire alarm, don't get panic and don't start walking out. So it happens in all the hotels. Fire alarm gets activated frequently, so we are monitoring it 24/7. So apart from this, anything else would you like to ask? I'm glad to answer you all. Nothing? Sure, shall I finish off? Thank you.
Take it somewhere, put it at an angle, take it on a curve, where it's safe. cars now, it is still not evolved in all the cars, where you cannot, where your seat belt holds on and does not stack when your car goes upside down. So even if you take your car at a certain angle and park it, in most of the new cars that are there, the safety feature does not allow the seat belt to stack. So it's not only to, remove the mess. Earlier the seat belt was something you used to put on, just take it and put it on. It didn't have an retractable system. So that's how safety is evolved in auto driving. Similarly, ship safety hasn't evolved that much. The airplane industry took an example from maritime industry, by the way, 30 years, 40 years back, that we used to use checklists, we used to use this, we used to use that. They've taken it to a different level and they've simplified it. How many of you feel DMS? Who knows what DMS is? Who knows what DMS is?
Document management.
Yeah. What is that?
Document management system.
So document management system is all your manuals. So how many of you feel it's too bulky? Too much paperwork? Nobody? How come we don't get them on time after documents? Nobody feels it's too bulky? Do you deal with it? Do you handle it? At junior levels, do you handle it? I know the seniors handle it. At junior levels, you handle it. The paperwork goes down to the juniors, a lot of them do it, and finally to be verified by seniors and then sent. So how many of you feel it's too bulky? Nobody feels it's bulky. Everybody feels it's fine. I'll go back to this feedback and say ship staff are very happy with it. We stick to the unless you end up doing in the office. This will okay. So what are we going to do? One is office. Huh? Yes, sir. Okay, so this is an example of a batch plan gone wrong. The driver's gone to Ramada meeting, taken it from office happening. So maybe another half an hour before the seminar starts. So they've got to start there. So if you feel that the DMS is sufficient, we don't need to cut down on it. But what the airline industry did is they made simplified laminated checklists, which in fact now on a lot of companies on the iPad. They do the checks, till they don't do that, they don't get clearance from that your checklists have been done from the ATC, from the air traffic control. That's an internal system. So they do the checks online, they confirm that everything is being checked. The signal goes to the air traffic control saying, okay, you checked everything, now it's clear to go. So it's evolved to that level. We are also improving on our Phoenix. Okay, just to tell you, Phoenix, all of you, how many of you find Phoenix easy to use? Easy? Huh? It's okay if you put a hand up full, yeah? Don't put a hand up half. Half-heartedly means. Okay, what do you find a challenge in it? What is the problem in Phoenix? Okay, rest of you don't find it easy. Now put your hand up who don't find it easy. Hey, what is this? Two hands up, ready to find it easy, two don't find it easy. What is this? How many of you don't find it easy and why?
If you are updating some details, it's not getting updated. It takes its own time.
Good morning, everyone. So, if we are updating any details like for spare parts, so we are not getting proper information about that in Phoenix. So, if we are going for spare list, so we have to go through a lot of pathways. So, simply if it is simplified more enough, it will be easy for us to to understand also.
Which is the ship you are last?
So, E-Pioneer.
Okay, so I think your car set? Where's
So before last year, manual entry of spare parts was there in Phoenix. Actually, they removed it. And actually, when manual entry was there, that time it was quite easy to order spare parts. And nowadays, we have to tell company, send a mail to add spare parts, and it is within 24 hours it is getting added. But every time it's like, okay, we need this spare part and we have to put a mail and after 24 hours.
fantastic? So I'm glad you asked that. We get this question.
But if it is a manual entry, we will order it very fast, quite fast.
No, we get this.
Just because they removed how it has been withdrawn. You think there could be a reason behind it?
Yeah, that's
No,
important. Why is it withdrawn?
Why it is withdrawn?
it has been withdrawn because of too many requisitions.
No. It's got nothing to do with the retention.
You do a number of requisitions, still is important as the himself and the owner
See, and to make our database strong, we need the correct information. We don't want to go wrong. ShipStaff often gives about 80% correct information. I'm getting a vibration. So we want 100% because what we want to do is say you've done it on ePioneer, you have a sister ship, you copy it on that and you do it on the rest of the ships. So your point is very valid, that but why we've removed it? We've removed it because it's error. I think if Mr. Lakshmi give you a better example, they are the ones who work on it directly. So the team here in Chennai works on it directly, does this 24-hour KPI they have and they do it. I know it's easier for you. It's always easier, something that you feel you are in control of, but there are people assigned to do the job and they update the full database in Phoenix. It's not just one order. When you order one, it remains there, it goes in, maybe it goes in the database, maybe it's not correct. Here they do the 100%, they check by the manual, they'll go by the part number and that becomes common to maybe 3 ships. That's why it's
It has to be connected to the right component. You will connect it basis your understanding.
the fastest one. It's just a fact. I would also do that if I was you.
It's different. We make it a harmless system. It should reflect same. You go on another ship. It should reflect again the same component number. When you go on another ship, you should not keep searching the same component which you ordered on your last one, right? That harmony comes if it is confirmed. Ashok, they make it harmony. If they verify whether it has to be listed, there have been instances where the same part has been listed under different component and then they go back to the vessel of this is the correct list should have been listed. So that's fine. This is correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Phoenix challenges?
Yeah, I think so. It's better to make the search command to be more simplified as we do it in a Google. Here we use a percentage and a keyword. Sometimes we'll end up with searching a different one.
Agreed. Okay. So just to tell you all, Phoenix by December, actually our target of 30th September. So we had 3 people from Singapore coming and spending time here in Chennai office to work on this. The interface is going to be completely different. Any of you have been on the ships for a trial? We've run it on a few ships. So the interface now is now a very old interface. Okay, when you open it, first thing you say in Phoenix is, oh God, yeah, the search. Google search is a big thing, and it's in fact now I think they term it a Google search, the way they're doing it now. That's also going to change. The interface is going to be completely different from what it is now. Our aim eventually is this tablet mechanism that I'm telling you is the future that it's going to be. We already have a checklist that are halfway there, where you're going to have checklists that are entered partly on Phoenix and partly, some of them you need a printout, but some of them you can just check in Phoenix and upload it. So this is all going to change hopefully by December, and by the time it's fully implemented in the fleet, it will take probably by March. But our target is at least we'll do 50% or 60% of the fleet by December. So that a lot which we take care of. The search is definitely one they're working on, and the main thing is to make it look better, the interface, and to make it simpler for everyone on ship to use. Now risk assessment. How many of you have done risk assessments on board? Have filled the risk assessment template? Nobody? So no, just with the issue, I'll tell you the issue with that. For example, it is risk assessment. When I tell you, okay, make a risk assessment, what do you think? What are the first thoughts that go through your head? Give the mic please. I tell you, okay, prepare a risk assessment. Can you introduce yourself please?
I'm Karl Marx third engineer.
Okay. So Carl, what would you, for example, if I tell you to do a risk assessment for opening up an AE, okay, what would you do? What would you think first? Paperwork. Yeah? It's normal, it's okay.
On whom I can put blame?
You don't have to blame, not blaming. I'm not saying that. I tell you, office says, okay, please do a risk assessment before you do this job, okay? Auxiliaries are your baby, right? So you're opening up an auxiliary, you find, oh God, there's something major in this. A problem with the con rod, anything you can say, okay, now I have to do a job that is bigger than my normal maintenance. The first thing you can you introduce yourself?
Gautam, fourth engineer, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, I'm telling this is outside the ship. It happened, one of my friend, like they were traveling in the car. They didn't see the outside. The car stopped at signal. His door was not locked properly, so he opened the door and to close it, some bike came and hit it.
Oh.
So they fell down, and they were not wearing helmet also.
Oh God, what happened to them then?
They got head injury.
So head injury?
Always
and welcome to this 4th Junior Officer Seminar being held at Chennai. I am A.K. Sridhar, General Manager at Executive Ship Management Chennai. Henceforth I will call Executive Ship Management as ESM. My intro will be brief, it's a paucity of time. Okay, any company or any place, I will use the word foundation. Good foundation, good building. Good foundation, good company. Good foundation, good career. I will reiterate this. About 21 years before, two visionaries, Mr. Balaji Singh Tika and Madam Chika Singh, they perceived and conceived and created this foundation called as ESM, on which all of us are working now. How important is this foundation? Let me give you a metaphor. How many people on a ship? I think on an average 23, correct? 23 times 150, about 3,700 around. And the same number of people ashore, about 7,000. In the past 20 years, maybe 15,000, 20,000, so many people would have come and gone. About 1,500 people I would guess ashore, and so many years. So 15 to 20,000 people like us, we all have a job, we all have something to feed us because of these two wonderful people who laid the foundation in 1999. Mr. Tika is the Chief Executive Officer of this company and Madam Chika Singh is the Deputy Chief Executive Officer. In terms of our attitude of gratitude, would you agree that somebody who feeds us, be it the company, be it the founders, we owe them a big gratitude? Yes? They are giving jobs to all. Remember that. We all are working. I am General Manager ESM Chennai, I said. Minus ESM Chennai, I am no General Manager. So therefore, let us show our gratitude, at least by a loud applause. Madam Chika Singh, I am going to make it short. Before I used to introduce as Head HR, no. Deputy CEO. She's got a whole gamut of management, operation, maintenance, service, you name it and she knows everything and she's been involved. You'll get to know more of it from her. I was fortunate to work with her on a couple of aspects of management and maintenance. One thing that she has infused into all of us, and we go with her support. She said, Sridhar, follow ethics. Go by the rule book. It's a longer route, but you will succeed. And when she said that, she supported. So there was, I remember, was there with other gentlemen here, Mr. Narayanan there. We were on electrical certificate procurement for the building. What we could have got with about, say, 2 weeks of bribery, we took 4 months and paid no bribes. We went to the longer route, we got it established, absolutely wonderful. Another thing about her which I invite and all of us, I mean, a true source of inspiration, you all must see her. She is a total fitness freak. That you will know when you see her, I don't have to explain. So that is Madam Chika Singh for you. Then of course, after the foundation, when the building comes up, there are platforms, correct? The whole of ESM India, a lot of people have contributed. I'm not saying one or two, a lot of people have contributed to that. But there is this man out here. He's been almost from the inception stage. I believe he joined in 2002, sir. 2001. From there until now, he has created the foundation also, the platform for each one of the field officers to operate smoothly. And they have gone through that stage, not me. I came in 2011 and they were there from 2001. He is my DBT senior. He passed out in 1982. And I would always tell him, sir, I am here because of an unflinching support. Anytime I call him, absolutely cool and says, yes, Shira, what is it? Or he calls back later if he sees a missed call. So with this kind of support, is it only me? No. You ask any field office, you go to Calcutta, you go to Chandigarh, it is his name. You know, they feel very comfortable with him and we are very happy to have you, sir. So that is Mr. Iyer for you. Now, the rest of the gang who have come from Singapore, Cochin and Chennai, a brief intro on them. You saw Captain Suvir Bhagat there, the gentleman out there, right? He is from the HSEQA department and is also the DPA, Company Security Officer, Alternative Company Security Officer, and one more. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I am an all of his language. I want to tell you this, Captain Sumit. His diction and the flow is fantastic, something that I envy. Most of the time I miss your content, because only focusing the way you talk. Your content must be as good.
I don't know what my content is.
Okay. And then we have, he is going to give a presentation. Then we have Yogendra. Where is Yogendra? There he is. A wonderful gentleman. Narayan, the whole Church system loves him.
Yes, sir.
He is from Singapore. He is a superintendent. He'll be taking on machinery presentation. Right, sir? We'll get to know more of him, please. Then Captain Jivan. Yeah, there he is. He is from Cochin. He is the faculty in charge of SIMS. Right, sir? And he came to audit my office last year. Smileys on his face. Wonderful audit. And most importantly, I got my internal auditor course certification through you, right? So that is Captain Jibin. And then finally, I think the in-house people, Captain Ramesh. I won't ask any one of you, do you know Captain Ramesh? And I better walk out. He has been at ESS in Bangalore for about 3 years, 4 years. And then he is in ESM Chennai for the past 3 years.
5 plus 4
4 years.
Total 9 years.
Total 9 years, yes. But it is as if he has been in Chennai for the past 10 years, because everybody knows him. And to his credit, I'll tell you one thing. About 5 years back, one chief officer had to join vessel. In a short notice, he was on leave. In a matter of 15 days or something, he had to join. He told him, "Sir, I am joining only because of you." That's a great feeling, isn't it? Thank you, Captain Ramesh. And then, last, not the least, they say, we have one beautiful team of quality which has mushroomed out of Chennai in the last 3.5 years. It started with one person, Captain Akash Saxena, and now at the helm is Captain Shiva. You have just heard him speak. And he is heading the team beautifully, and he is not only bringing in quality asset to Singapore, quality to Chennai as well. Thank you so much, Captain Shiva, for relocating from Hyderabad, right?
That's right.
Relocating from Hyderabad. And then we inducted some more beautiful people. The ever smiling Mahesh, Mr. Mahesh, ex-chief engineer, you can see him there. Always smiling. And then an exuberant Sridhar, Captain Sridhar, where is he? There he is. Okay, Captain Sridhar. And then, the disarming, man with the disarming smile, Captain Vijay. So, they are the ones, okay. And there are others, a gang of people. And these two guys from the IT, they are seeing that the live streaming is done now. These two gentlemen from IT. Now, initially, when I mentioned about the foundation and an attitude of gratitude, let me reverse it a bit. All the people that I introduced now, myself and all of us, we have our attitude of gratitude to you seafarers. Honestly, because it is because of you that we keep growing here. So when I conclude my thanks, the applause is for you. So welcome once again. Thank you very much. Madam, would you take on stage?
No, they didn't give me breakfast or what? My voice is a little, you can see it's a little hoarse. I've been last couple of days on very, I can't say strict diet, of a lot of cough syrup and paracetamol. So you know why it is. So nevertheless, it's quite invigorating to be here. I don't know what you guys, but I think it's very good to be here, to be with the young people. But you guys are not behaving as young, you're being like very disciplined. I know Sims made you very disciplined, but it doesn't mean that you should be absolutely, you should be, relax. So what we are going to do here, not that we are going to be sitting here and telling you another session of what you go through in Sims. this is different. Now you're officers. You're no longer cadets. You're officers, so you have to, of course, behave like officers, but at the same time, you can mix around with everybody who's there. We are almost all equal. And we need to sit here and have conversations and dialogues. It's not about we know more than you guys and we are going to teach you. Whatever to be taught to you guys, all have been taught. Now it's a time for implementation, and that's what you are going to do on board. So it's not about on board. Okay, let me go back to what Sridhar said. He's talking about gratitude and all. I think it's a bit, gratitude and all, it's a different thing. Now let's be professional. That's most important thing in your life. Once you are professional, then you can get by of, everything comes on the way. So what we did, it's nothing more than we sowed a seed, two of us, but that seed to make into a tree, the amount of effort and the resources, they are put in by many people like Iyer and all these people were there. They are the one who brought it up. So if two of us take the full hog of it, it's totally unfair. Totally unfair. So let's give a round of applause to the people who brought the seed up to make this tree. Thank you very much. And now the tree will make the tree to flower and bring fruits into it. You guys. Right? Do I have the commitment from you guys? Yes. Do I?
Yes, sir.
Do I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. That's what it is. So what has happened in the past, right? Now we are talking about future. This past has already happened. We only learn from the past, but what lies is the future. And that's what we can make it. We cannot do anything to the future what is past already, but future is what we can afford, we can make, we can plan, and we can say that yes, this is what we are going towards it. And that's what in an organization what I do, like a strategy, having a vision is already there, right? But then to have to materialize that vision into implement into reality, you need a strategy. And that's what I do. I means it's again my team. Please forgive me because when I say I, it's not me. I mean all these people, and maybe in future including you. That's what we do, right? Okay, let me, since everybody has a presentation, I thought why not me as well. This is more about giving you an idea about the history of the organization. Yeah, this is not as a history lesson, but it is something about history, about the organization, where we come from and where we are at the moment, very in a nutshell. Can I have a start of that presentation with this? Where is it? With this? Complicated, I guess. Then, is it this one? It doesn't come here. Oh, okay, it's there. I want to be able to see, right? Okay. If it stops, yeah, I want to see. I hope you can hear me now, right? I'm pretty loud enough. My voice has become more flatter, coarser, so I think you can hear me now. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Fantastic. Okay. Let me see. Now I'm going to talk about the group. How do you know about the executive group? When we say executive group, what is it? You work for executive management, right? Or you work for executive group? You work for Sridhar, for Iyer. Who else? Normally whatever a group say, they become the smaller. But in the executive group, we started with executive ship management. In a way, executive ship management is the mother board of the executive group. Okay? So we are working in this and in the mother board. So, this guy doesn't work here.
You have to face this side.
Place where?
Yeah,
This side. So I will send this side to,
The bottom button.
yeah,
Yeah.
give me move from there. Yeah, when I tell you, change it, okay? This one definitely doesn't work. Change it now. What it works or battery need? Okay. This is a group. Anybody is not aware of any of the companies here? Are you aware?
How many of you know any other company, guys?
Have you heard about Aadhaar?
Yes.
Yeah? Junior officers. Anybody? No. Yeah. I thought so, that's why I asked. The other is a man who does a membership. Over there, they do the chartering, the ships, commercial management of the ship. Because what you do normally in executive ship management, you do the technical management and the crew management, right? We also do the commercial management, and that is done by the other. They not necessarily they do only all the ships in executive management. They do the third party also, or they do some of the ships, right? That is what the other done. So we started with the executive ship management. Then we had the SIMS. Then, of course, you know SNSS. Who doesn't know SNSS? Who doesn't know SNSS? No. Yeah. Anybody knows about the Phoenix? What you use on board? Who doesn't know Phoenix? Everybody knows Phoenix, right? Okay. But did you know who made this Phoenix, right? That's what happened. We always think, खाने से मतलब है क्या who have made it, right? But इसमें जाना चाहिए. Do you know Hindi? How to use, no? Because you've got people from all over. So, SNS is because we realize that the software what we have been using from outside are not good enough. And that is why we made SNSS. And Softness produces, develops all the software. So Phoenix which you are using, these are all, it's a common platform for all the, you know, there's, you do everything, maintenance, you do the crew management, accounting, everything comes in there. Which is very, very unique. You probably don't know, but in the market, a software like this is not available. Mostly people use different modules and they put together. Whereas in executive, we ensure that we have one platform and in one platform everything is available. And that is why the SNS is like that. Mark money. Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know Archmetic? Archmetic?
We know, sir.
No?
We know.
You know?
Yeah.
Why do you know Archmetic?
Spurs and something.
Sorry?
Spurs.
Sorry?
Spurs we are getting from Archmetic.
Spares you're getting for Archmetic. You get? You get? Huh?
Somebody stores.
If you
Stores
order
access.
spares, I'm going to be very happy. I'm not very sure they do it. But you must be getting all your basmati rice and everything, no? Or supply? Amount of basmati rice that the ships getting sometimes I just wonder, you know, and no other rice. And I keep on asking why. So all Indians eat only basmati rice. And anyway, entire group, which was not organically developed by us. It was bought over at the very initial stage, and we took over 100% because why? Why I'm telling you? Same thing what Sridhar was telling you. Ethics, business ethics. It's very important for us. Because if we don't have a business ethics, you can make today lots of money, tomorrow our debt gone. So, if we keep asking you guys on board, the ethics, follow the core values, follow this, and we don't follow ourselves in running our company, then it will be very hypocritical. Not hypocritical, it's not, doesn't go very far. So, we took over 100% marketing, and I can tell you 100% because I sit there 3 times a week personally. That Archmany, Innership Settling business all over the world, they run with this very dubious means. Archmany doesn't pay a single penny, half penny anywhere to get business. And that will continue until I'm there. Or we are there. It's a part of the executive. And why we do it? Because Archmany is part of the group of executive. And executive values and the system has to be followed by any company. So, as a group, our values are the same, our ethics are the same, we are both doing business entirely the same. So we follow the same thing. Sims you know already. How many people write to get admission in Sims? Anyone? Anyone? What to say? Sunagati? You can get the letter from the Prime Minister of India, President of India. It will never happen. As always, is it? Sims is part of the executive. So these are the things which we do, and it takes a lot of effort. Sometimes guts, sometimes just resilience, and not be greedy enough. So we, first and foremost, we are not business people, and that helps us. Because we don't look at the end as a money. Because if you look at the money, then you don't see the mountain in front to climb. You don't see the sky above you to fly. So, what do you need in your life? To have your wings, right? To fly high. As much as your potential is, as much as you can raise your potentials. So you guys, what do you always say? Our job is to assist you so that you can become a fully formed potential, and as a professional seafarer or marine officers, engineers, you can walk with your head held back around the world. Say who you are. Or you are a fully trained professional mariner, and you will be respected all around the world because of what you are, your professionalism. Please aim for it, and nothing more than that. Executive board will assist you in doing it. That's what our commitment with you guys. And then, if you think that we are keeping our commitment to you guys, I'm sure you would like to share the journey with us. We will be sharing the journey with you guys of going higher. And you will be happy to, and that's what we want, to happily share the journey. Let's go. Group vision is what is that? It's our vision is always there. We're not saying we reach somewhere. Normally vision is that it's a sky is the limit. Okay? So the group vision, this is little slightly different word device to the executive management vision. But as a group, that's what we want to be. So that group vision shared by all the companies. So let's move. knows what is the name of the ship we had in 98? Anybody knows? Yes. Take 2 plus 2 somewhere, you know. Can you? Anybody had that idea? No, right? Ocean Executive. That was the name of the first ship executive ship manager had. Actually, the name of the company is arrested from there. Ocean Executive. From there, it means executive. Not very imaginative, right? And before, yes, roughly, I mean, 2 we I know, but other 2 were, one was Captain Diware, who is no longer there with us. And the 4th one was one, yeah, she was a accountant, was sitting with us, chartered in Singapore. It's 98, and now 2019. That's actually, we're talking about all the executive management. We're not talking about the customer. This is what for. That includes you all. So how many years now? That many. Yeah. This many years. Not bad, yeah? So another 20 years, what do you think you can imagine? What do you think you guys will make here another 20 years? This will depend on what you guys make, huh? That depends on you guys. What you do will reflect the next curve. Okay? That's what you have to remember. Let's move. Some of the, you see that, largest container vessels. That is by ESL. Show you. Anybody knows that? Right? Yeah. This is pretty. We have the LNG also. Next. That you all know. Let's move. So basically what we say, what sustains us is what? Our professionalism. We didn't have any industry, forefathers. We thought about good very clear strategy, but we knew about the route we are going to take. Yeah. That is that we are going to be thorough professional. That was from the day one. It was very clear. That if we are professional, we'll do the job. If we can't do it professionally, we will not. It's very clear. And that is what sustains us. That is what made the decisions which we took. To be a good professional ship manager, we need good professional people to run it. Right? That is why SIMS was brought in. To make these professionals to work well, we needed tools. That's how we brought in ship industry is going up and down the world. It doesn't matter. Because we do not aim to be the biggest ship manager or largest. No, it doesn't matter. But we will be if not the best, but the top ship managers professionally in the world. And for that, we will be there. Right? The entire responsibility lying on you guys. The guys have made all our efforts, all our resources into doing it so that you guys become that professional. And that's what core values, that's what I've been talking about. You know the core values, right? We may not be thinking about it every time, core values, but the way the systems are made on board or around in the organization cannot but not follow those values. Right? Can you get away bribe somebody on board? Did anyone bribe ESM to get a job? Right? So those are the core values because they are established. Yeah? You may not think about it, but you know it. Like I don't know whether you know it or not. We did have an issue in the very initial stage. There were a few who we had come to know. There was, immediately we took action to remove. The last guy, I personally saw the last cadet who had entered the system with this illegal means were brought out of the ships. And I stand by them today. The moment, anytime you come to know about it, we are vigilant. Wherever we are not vigilant, this is becoming nice, right? So we will not even simply will visit. Anytime things like that happen, we will take action. So that we don't lower our quality. Why do we lower this? Don't lower our quality. It's a very, very meticulously, with a lot of efforts we have brought up an organization. What you're talking about the foundation, we cannot let it shake up. Right? That is why these core values, you may not think about it, but if you don't follow the core values, you will not be able to go 2 steps within this organization. Keep it in mind. Because if you say your promotions, this and that, everything is connected with that, right? Nobody saying your core value is good, core value is bad. Nobody checks like that, right? But there are actions which are always been recorded. And then those are part of the performance, appraisal of it. Right? So core values are important. We should be mindful about that. Individual performance. The individuals only make the whole unity, whole group. That's a performance. They are the. What is a company performance? Company is a nationality in a way. Company doesn't exist. Can you show anybody who's what is management or it's an imaginary thing. It is a system all put together makes that company. And then the company performance is what? Each of our individuals' performance is a company performance. So you cannot just say I don't perform, let's others perform and company will perform. No, it doesn't happen that way. Unless I perform, he performs, you perform, and everybody performs, executive management cannot perform. Please keep it in mind. It is no big and small, we are equal in that. We are equal stakeholder in putting our performances. Okay, let's go. Now here of course we're going to talk about the safety. Safety again, we say it's culture. If you look at the individual level, without safety, why is it important here for you? Why safety is not important for you, you tell me, as an individual. You go on board. It's a environment is not necessarily very safe, right? Why is it safety should not be important to you? If you are not important, that important, not important, how do they expect to come home? Right? So without thinking. Safety should be in you without thinking. Without safety, you cannot survive. Like you cannot survive without care. So, at no point ask for anybody telling you be safe. No, you should be safe yourself. It's your life. Right? So now, we got to keep on reminding you, okay, it's our job to keep reminding you. But to be safe is whose job? Whose job? Huh? किसका job है? Whose job is that? To be safe. Your life is your life. Right? So please remember that your life is your life. And you have a responsibility to yourself, to your family. So don't wait for somebody to remind you to be safe. It's a very foolish thing to do. And I'm sure at your stage, you're training so much from SIMS, coming from SIMS, that should not happen to you guys. Right? Anytime I hear about anybody getting hurt for SIMS, for saying, ouch, how is that guy coming from SIMS and that? I can understand somebody coming from outside because they didn't have that kind of background. But coming from SIMS, please, come on. That's not done. Okay, so now I'll leave it to you all guys. Nice talking to you. And I know it's not really good to hear my voice, but I'm here anytime. Please talk to me anytime you want. Right? Thank you very much.
Morning again everyone. My name is Captain Sumit Bhagat, DPM. I'll be taking you through navigation challenges. Now, why do we talk of navigation each time? How many navigators here? Deck officers? Man, we're so less than number. Irrespective, navigation is, an error in navigation is very costly. It's not just for the ship itself, for the actual cost, it's also heavy on reputation. Any incident you see, you don't hear of machinery breakdowns coming on social media, do you? Nobody hears that main engine kharab ho gaya, auxiliary kharab ho gaya, ye toot gaya. You don't hear of that. But navigation incident will come, oh, this guy took a, remember this video famous last year of Turkish Straits? Was it this year? Where a ship went into Bosphorus Straits, went into houses, into everything. So a lot of these videos that will come up on social media, but those are all navigation errors. That's why we call them navigation challenges. Our objective remains zero incidents. Spills, navigation and people. People, very important, what ma'am was saying. Injuries, unacceptable. Navigation, I'm going to deal with navigation, but injuries, unacceptable. My colleagues will touch on that more. So my aim is to tell you, I was talking about this earlier while we were waiting, when we were talking about the power gap. What is power gap? Anybody? What is power gap? Good. Anybody else? Correct. So how do you bridge that? What did I tell you at the beginning of the session? How do you bridge it? How do you bridge it? Approachable. You make yourself approachable, right? All the errors bridge. Why I'm talking about bridge is because a junior officer thinks he's okay. He thinks he has things under control. Or he thinks he cannot call the master a lot of times. And that is when the issues happen. Situation awareness. We'll run through a few case studies. When you go through these case studies, you realize what errors are. A lot of them throughout today will show you what has happened because a junior officer could not approach his senior. Challenge and response. What is challenge and response? Anybody? Anybody give me a definition of challenge? Come on, this table is relatively. Nanshu, you're going to keep speaking throughout the evening. Come on, guys, I want others' inputs also.
Sir, like if I'm a junior and if I feel that my senior is doing something which is not right, or maybe knowingly or unknowingly, I should be able and free to challenge him that, sir, this is not the right way, this is the right way, and he should be friendly enough and to accept. And
so what if he's not friendly?
Then that's what,
he's
sir,
the guy from the beginning who's not been friendly. What do you do?
Sir, then we have to find out other way so that he doesn't get offended. Because
correct. So you approach a soft. Your first approach is always a soft approach. Very important. Keep it soft. Keep it nice. You don't know what the guy is going through. You don't know what's happened in his house. You don't know what's happened on ship. You don't know what maybe second engineers, chief engineers bambooed him for something, or captain bambooed him for something, or the superintendent is called him. Pressure from others. So the first approach is always soft, then you take it up. Third is always firm. Because, and the person will not value it then. Nobody will value something. You talk badly to somebody today, say, hey, you must do this. Nobody will like it. But they'll value it maybe somewhere along the line that you saved a particular situation. So I'm going to go through a few navigation case studies. Okay, this is an issue we've had recently. Can the navigators put your hands up again, please, deck officers? Okay, now when you've had, how many of you have navigated through China, through Taiwan recently? Areas with heavy fishing traffic? Anyone? Generally through areas with heavy fishing traffic? Containers? We have high speeds also. What speeds are your ships going at? What is your normal sailing speed?
Depends on the ETA. Average is 20 to 21.
To keep up with your performer?
Depends on the ETA, depends on the charter's requirement and master's decision. Average it's about 20 to 21 knots.
Okay.
Sometimes 23.
So any non-navigator can tell me what danger puts you in? High speeds? High speed on the road. What danger does it put you in? Come on, somebody here. Momentum. Perfect. So here we are talking about China has a huge problem with fishing boats. All the way you start from the Indian coast, minute to finish the Indian coast, you start China and all the way to Japan. All the way you have very, very heavy fishing traffic. And we found the only real way of dealing with it is to reduce speed and have more people on. I'm showing you one case study. We've had 4 gentlemen in the past year. 4. A very serious one recently, identical to this. It is identical in 80% of the aspects. Now you're going to see some animation here, you're going to see ships moving. So this is, you're arriving in China, the night before arriving in China, you have fishing traffic here. Okay, typically master again here. Master left the bridge, left third officer and AB on the bridge. Okay, fine, he judged at that point the traffic was okay. Vessel enter the traffic separation scheme and shortly after that, she starts going to the precautionary anchorage. She's headed to the precautionary anchorage, okay, at this point. Third officer observes 2 fishing boats coming here. Here, A and B coming this side. And then we will have Mr. C popping up here. Okay, so C is coming. Sorry guys, so you have A and B here who are moving, C is stationary. Fishing boats, for all those who don't know, fishing boats use the ship's light and the ship's waves to catch fish. It is very normal. So what they do is they'll stay stationary for a while, then when you start coming close, they'll start coming close to you because the wake that you generate churns up the fish. And the light there, so it is normal. This is identical to a case that has happened less than 10 days, exactly 10 days back. So secondary fishing vessel, we think it's okay, one fishing boat is coming towards us, we are okay, no problem. So third officer alters 10 degrees to port here to keep clear of. So he starts altering to keep clear of these vessels, this vessel, he starts altering. You'll see the ship moving here. So you can see her, she's altered to port to keep clear. Now she thinks she can go between this, avoid this vessel, and Mr. C is going to remain where he is. But then what happens? C wakes up and says, oh, good opportunity for me to catch a fish. I've got one big ship here, Aframax tanker going here. She's going to generate a lot of wake, a lot of water. I'll use my lights and I'm going to catch a lot of fish. And then Whale sees it, he gives hard over port to keep clear of sea. And here we have our own vessel that makes contact. Now the bridge team here say, oh, we don't know we made contact. This is another huge issue that happened. What would you do if you make contact? Sorry. Anybody? What happens if you make contact with a fishing boat? What are you supposed to do? Obligation. Fantastic. You stop immediately, you give assistance. Okay, that is the first job. It is a mandatory requirement under SOLAS to render assistance. You may be okay. Now vessel says, okay, we've carried on, we've not seen any damage. Very good. Vessel goes, she receives a mail from agent that, by the way, you had contact with the fishing vessel. They had no clue till this point. Everybody till this point is saying they are okay, nothing's happened. Nobody's realized. And then when they go, they inspect the water ballast tank, they find indentations, they find scratches all over the ship side, on the port side, I think. She had scratches all over. Anybody knows about this incident? Or any of these similar incidents? Nobody? So what do you think went wrong here? Anybody? Guys, you need to talk, tell me what happened. What do you think went wrong here? Do you think Master should have been on bridge? Should have?
Young dynamic third officer.
Young
dynamic third officer.
He's a mate.
He's
He's a mate. But do you think the person could handle it alone? Do you think the third officer, a junior third officer could handle it alone at this point?
He should have
called the master. Sorry?
He should have called the master.
Correct. He should have called the master. He shouldn't have hesitated. So it's communication both ways. Master should have seen. Okay, did he have suggestions? Last 2 points are the biggest 2 concerns. Did he call master in good time? No. Did master see situations okay? No. It's a team that fails. And this again gets extremely difficult to explain. Why master wasn't there? What was the third mate doing? What was everybody doing? We go through the investigations, but we still find that master didn't find a reason or third officer didn't find a reason to communicate with each other at this point. Whereas he needed help. Oil tanker. Okay, how many of you know what Singapore OPL? Navigators only, specifically. How many of you know what Singapore OPL is? Okay, good. So where do you go there? If you have to anchor there, if you have to drift there?
Not been in Singapore.
Okay, fine. So it's okay. Let's explain what Singapore OPL is. You all know about how in rest of the world these dynamics are happening about claiming territorial areas. China saying that this belongs to me, that belongs to me, this belongs to me. Correct? So similarly in Singapore there is, so vessel gets instructions, okay, you go from charters, go and stay, go to Singapore OPL. They call up Singapore Port Authority. Singapore Port Authority says yes, no problem. Please anchor as long as you're more than 12 miles. It keeps going on. It's another dynamic instance. It keeps going on. It's not something that stops. So vessel drops safely. She says, okay, I'm away from Augsburg Lighthouse. I'm 15 miles. I'm very safe. 3 days later, Indonesian Navy comes on boats and arrests the vessel. You finally have, at the end of a week, you had 18 vessels arrested from various companies. 18 vessels were arrested because of this, because they were treating Indonesia as a place that you could anchor. Indonesians got angry. So here the Singapore OPL concept is what I want to explain to you. There is nothing called Singapore OPL anymore. There is no concept of Singapore OPL. Malaysia claims the territory is ours, Indonesia claims it's ours, Singapore claims it's theirs. But you have to get permission from all 3. Simply. 3 permissions Am I clear of your waters? Am I clear of your waters? Am I clear? You get 3 yeses, you go ahead and anchor. No problem. We've given enough of information, we've given enough of material to go by. Recent case. Now all the cases that I'm telling you, gentlemen, get highlighted very easily in media. Media catches on to them very easily. It's extremely embarrassing for a reputation. Okay, this is a vessel calling a port called Labuan. Any of you heard of this port? Labuan Uki? Labuan Uki, not Labuan, Malaysia. Okay, so it's the first time you're calling a port. What would you do as anybody going to a new place? Anybody here? You're traveling by road, you're taking your family to a new place. Okay, this is not to the navigators, to the engineers. I'm taking my family, I'm taking them on a family trip. I'm going to, let's say I'm going somewhere, let's say I'm going to Goa. I want to go to Goa. What would you do? Correct. More information Goa. You'd see what else would you do? You're planning a road trip. What would you do? Which route is good? Which route is bad? You're going first time, right? Correct. You can ask people who've gone through that. What else can you do?
First I will put a Google map on.
Google Maps Zindabad, of course. Always there. No doubt about it. Correct. First thing you do is you'll see Google Maps, you'll see a route. So you will basically assess. When you come to a port for the first time, as master, okay, I used to be scared when I was doing a familiar run. Okay, I was doing this US-Mexico run for about 8 months on a ship, and suddenly we got told to go to another port. I think I went frantic at that point. Okay, I opened out, ordered the chart, see this, and I was okay. It took me about 45 minutes to calm myself down, and the second mate to tell me, Captain, you're okay. Ship is calling first time for this port, okay, called Labuan Uki. So she is a single exist and has a paper chart, right? So vessels that have single exist have a paper chart. Evening she is going to berth. It's a fairly simple route. Come from here, go here, empty. If you Google this place, Labuan Uki is a diver's paradise. Beautiful waters. So when we were trying to find it first, we couldn't find where it was. We had an emergency, we went, and the first photographs we saw of this beautiful lagoon that is there. Lovely crystal clear waters. And somewhere in the corner there was one ship. So it has a single berth here. That's it. There's only this. There's nothing else here. This whole area is a lagoon for divers. It's a diver's paradise. So vessel goes, plots a voyage, coming in the evening, all going hunky-dory. This is the ECDIS display. Now just to explain to everybody, this is what are called drying heights, which are rocks that pop up when your tide is low. This is the island she's supposed to go, and she's supposed to go in between. If you look at the previous one, this is exactly what you're seeing on the ECDIS, but this is not visible on the ECDIS. And vessel finally grounded. Even when we saw the display, we are looking at her like this and we are saying, no, she's not grounded. Okay, navigators again, how is this possible? We had to use our brain for about a while. Why this happened? Anybody? Vessel is grounded here. She's one cable. She's about, that's about the ship's length, this much. So how are we getting this display saying that she's in the middle of the sea at the same time she's grounded? Anyone?
Yes.
There's no error in GPS.
Display and survey quality of the chart.
Anybody else? Sorry? Offset. Okay. This is your ship. This is your ECDIS. And she's grounded here. There's nothing wrong with the display. The 100 meters that you have, offset, right? So it's offset, both of you are right. So the ship was correct, and that is exactly what the ship thought on board. That is exactly what they're doing and where they were going wrong. They did not take into account. Okay, finally we found that he went too close to this reef. He went too close to the reef for comfort. But he was not taking into account that the ECDIS is at the back. You know, offshore vessels, when we took delivery of offshore vessels, offshore fleet,
she had a similar configuration where they said that the egg disc is at the back. Have you seen offshore vessels? Where is the accommodation? So it is not configured to that. So offshore vessels, when we took over and we finally started seeing that the accommodation is taken forward and they're taking another 100 meters forward in the egg disc for the offset. Completely wrong. So we had all our offshore vessels reconfigured, the egg disc. And this is where she grounded. Okay, here what we felt, we can say what went wrong. We finally went through the VDR transcript. You're coming to a new port. The discussion on board was about Miss World. By the way, about 5 minutes before this incident, the discussion is happening on Miss World. The captain, third mate, about talking about Miss World at that point. Miss World is happening. There is no discussion. You're going to a new port. Where are we supposed to go? They didn't even realize a ground till the bosun told them to forward, that she's not moving. The discussion has gone to this point. The VDR transcript is quite a shame. So this is what it puts you into. This is a situation. It gets very difficult to explain to a third party. Forget media. Explain to the owners. We have fantastic facilities. We have fantastic simulators. I think Jibin out there will tell you about the simulators we have, the facilities we have about with this. Okay, anybody knows about this violation of Alaska Aleutian areas? This is a bit limited, okay? The reason I am telling you this is, it's an interesting concept where you have a vessel that is planned to go, she's known the passage she's planning, and she's decided that this is the route she's supposed to take. Okay? Very simple, you go from here, she was waiting out here, she was drifting, she was here finally, and they said, okay, proceed here. This is a warning every ship gets. It's called OTIS, O-T-I-S. What we have done is every ship, before she's about to enter a certain zone, she gets a warning. How many of you have seen the OTIS warning? Anybody? You may not have it. I'm not sure if OTIS is there or not. But we get what are called OTIS warning, geofence warning. So what we've done is, if you have an area you're not supposed to go in, we give you a warning about maybe 24 hours before. Okay, not to go. Captain Shiva here is very instrumental in getting it done on ships. He's made sure that the alerts go to all ships. So this is what she's supposed to do. Pretty clear? What does she do? She does this. She's got this warning saying do not enter this zone. She enters this. And this is an area in Alaska where the minute you enter it, you're paying $17,000. You're paying $70,000. Why? Because you're in Alaska area, you may have an oil spill, you need coverage, blah blah. This whole lot takes place. And after that, Master got the alerts, by the way. He's got the alerts, we have circulars. In our bridge management manual, I will take you through that. It is the only passage with a photograph. The only one. It doesn't get simpler to tell people this. Why? Because we've had these violations earlier. Correct? We've had these violations earlier. We don't want it happening again. Okay, that's my warning, guys. My first. So, we've given you enough of warnings. We've given enough of facilities on board for people to do this. But, in spite of that, they didn't comply. So we went to the providers and started saying, yeah, please let us off the hook. $17,000, lot of money, very embarrassing, blah blah. Accidentally he entered this place. So the guy speaks to me and says, Captain, this is Alaskan. He says, Captain, this is not accidental. Accidental if you're in for a couple of hours. She was in for 48 hours. 48 hours she was in a zone she's going on getting alerts. Get out of there. She had weather reporting who told her. Weather reporting, so Master said, I have weather reporting that is telling us. Weather reporting told them not to go into this area. Weather reporting is already, you have enough of warnings. So why would somebody do this? It's because you ignored the warnings. You had enough of warnings in place, but you ignored the warning signs. We have a few areas where we've had issues in the past. Now we've compiled what has happened in the past 20 years in the company. We have gone through all our incidents. And we found 3 areas is Santa Barbara channel. So this is a channel where you're allowed to go. We had a query recently from a ship. You go northbound, nothing. You go southbound, you have to pay insurance. you have to pick up $500 or $600 something, a very small nominal amount. If you don't do it, again you get a hefty fine. All of this it's a very easy system to follow. Why it's not followed, we can't understand. This is the one I just explained to you, Alaska and Aleutian Islands. German Byte, the minute you get out of the English Channel, okay, you have various routing where it tells you ship type, depending on ship type, and it's followed. Again, you have repeated violations of this. You have a chart that gives you clear instructions on what to follow. This is the alert that comes on ship. This I think is Santa Barbara Channel, right? So this tells you that this is a restricted area, don't go into this. Minute you enter this is Santa Barbara Channel. Minute you enter this ship is here, she is coming to the geofence zone. Now the zone starts from here, but the actual channel will start from here somewhere. So we give you a buffer. There is no reason to make a mistake. There is no reason to have an error. Why this happens is something that I need to ask you. So we have enough of tools given on board. This is a chart for the German Byte that I was telling you about, where it tells you what ship to go, which direction, where. It's all given. The information is there. Why people have not used it is my lack of understanding. It's the same concept we're talking about. Helmets available in the market. Okay, you have good helmets available, you have cheap helmets available, but it depends what you use. It's all available, it's all there for you, but you have to find it. You have to look. We cannot come and navigate the ships for you. Okay? We have enough of checklists in the form. So what are you going to do? We talk of engine movements. Most engineers will not like this, but we'll encourage our navigators. If you are going to have an incident, you're going to have something, just use the wheel, use the engine. Don't think about it. Yes, you may have to hear a bit from the chief engineer, second engineer, but in the long run, it doesn't matter. If you have to use engines, here we felt the biggest issue with fishing vessels is safe speed. All the vessels that have had collisions have been going at very high speeds. The recent one, a vessel had planned an Egdis. On Egdis they planned 10 knots. In actuality they did 13 knots. I'm done? 1 minute more. Okay. I'm finished. No worries. Okay. So gentlemen, we have given a lot of tools. I know it's navigation, but it's a lot to do with your mindset of how you want to do a job, how you want to execute a job, the support you have from us, the support you have from ship itself. We found we deal with a lot of cases in cargo also where junior officers have made mistakes in cargo. It is a direct, and why they didn't consult their seniors is something we don't understand. It's not something. Any questions, anyone on this? Okay, I know most of you are engineers, but any questions anyway? Navigators all okay? Alerts in these areas? Alright. Short tea break now. Okay, good, perfect. After me, they need a tea break. Okay, come on. Thank you, everyone.